everyone, welcome back to Champions of the Fog. We have Iridescent versus Despair as our matchup today, with Despair on the Survivor and Iridescent on the Killer. And I am here with my co-caster Bob. How are you doing today, Bob?
I am doing great, thank you, JJ. And as we have seen, our dear Blub is on the nurse. We love the name. Just delightful to say. I'm gonna say it as much as I can. I'm gonna be honest. Like, look, Blub's looking over there. Blub seems to be trying to cut off. Blub's fatiguing. Like, it just, I love
Very
it.
satisfying. I feel you. We do spot out a couple of survivors, but we haven't actually committed to any of them yet. I think we're going for this person working the gen. They are running deep into the bottom side of the map. No, maybe double back. And we don't get that hit actually, unfortunately. But that is going to be our ace taking chase. I also like this name, Bug Catcher. I can't even read that name.
Bug catcher Julie. Jewel? Okay.
I wonder if they
No,
catch
Julie.
bugs.
Okay. I mean, I don't blame them. Bugs are cool. Like bugs. Oh, good hit, good down, and in our little 3-gen.
Yeah, yeah. Down the top side of the map onto ace. That is our first hook of the game, and we are going to be hooking. We know that nurse is not allowed pain residence, so we will not be seeing any regression quite yet on the gens. But corrupt is over, so that is one perk out of the way, and we see that there are some gens nearby that we can pressure out a little bit.
They're all facing kind of in the middle there, so it's going to be very easy for the nurse to keep lines of sight on some of these gens as Ruin is ticking away. Tick, tick, tick.
Yeah, ruin as well. And this survivor is hovering pretty close for the save. I wonder if that is our deliverance survivor. We'll have to see in a moment. But they are very likely going to pull now. Yeah, there is Ace coming off the hook. I really hope Ace has some form of anti-tunnel because we are right on him. He's W-keying towards the shack, trying to get away from the active gens in the mid-map, and does not go down. He actually avoids that blink. He will be surviving a little bit.
Yeah, getting fantastically far down here to let them break those middle gens, and we're going to be playing the fun edge maps. Calling the buff. Ooh, good double back. Sends the nurse flying into the corner.
Good double back, and she got a bit lost, I think. Ace is. Oh, that was a good, that was a good prediction. He is going to be going down, and do we see a decisive strike? We do. We do. He doesn't. Oh, he doesn't actually hit it though. I wonder if he's saving it or if he intentionally missed that. Hmm.
He's going to interrupt the gen, though, I feel like. So that's I'm not sure if that was the best time to save, considering how close he was to that gen.
I wonder if he missed that. I can't
I
imagine
don't know.
he
We
didn't
didn't
hit
get
that
to
on
see.
purpose, right? You do not want to be hooked next to this gen.
Yeah, because he would have. I believe they would have used live otherwise.
Okay, well, a bit of a misplay maybe coming out from the survivor, and we did not hit that decisive
Okay, it's
strike.
okay.
And this gen is not going to pop as a result. Ruin is, like you said earlier, slowly ticking away at that gen. It was a double too. It was a double by Autumn and Alexi, our Fung and our Sable players. So I mean, coming off the hook again, but we'll have to see this time if he missed that DS intentionally. I really hope he did for Ace's sake, or he might not be lasting too long.
It's true. They should get that pop in, and he is just gonna he's just gonna run off. I just didn't expect that the first chase though. Oh, we are very stuck in the corner, but that's okay. Make it to Shack.
Ooh, he is surviving, and we see here, was the DS still available? And it is. He is gonna hit the DS this time, and doesn't have light to speak of though. Okay, I'm glad that that was an intentional miss earlier because having an elimination at 4 gens would have been rough. 3 gens
A little
technically,
scary.
but the 3rd gen is about to pop. Autumn is cranking. Alexi is cranking as well. This might be a very long chase. We might be at 1 generator pretty soon.
Oh,
Unless this
I was
blink
about to say.
hits.
I love the aces pathing though and spacing. I think they're very they're able to keep the spacing from the nurse very well with very little to work with. They're gonna be dying. But you know what? It was a very honorable death. Dying value.
Yeah, Lexi kind of gets pushed off that gen though. He is not able to finish it in main building, though it is quite high. Ruin and Dying is still up, or Ruin is still up rather, and I mean, 3v1 at 2 gens is not the worst thing. It's not the worst thing considering how strong this killer is. It was pretty good that we chased
Yeah,
the
but look.
decisive strike survivor first though.
Oh, yes, it was definitely positioned well for that one. Whether I assume they did it on purpose, but the gen split though, they have broken it, and it is looking good. We have a gen all the way main and all the way 7. This is gonna be a lot harder for the nose to patrol. I was a sneaky.
They are We are not on a survivor quite yet. I wonder if they're. Oh, we see Alexi sneaking around a little bit. Um, Not sure exactly where he went. I think yeah, he just sent it. He sent it towards Jack, getting a lot of distance there. And Blub, I still do love that name, is in hot pursuit. Um,
Can you
okay.
imagine that as like a police chase or something? Blub is getting away. Blub is in hot pursuit. Just anything, anything to do with Blub is fantastic.
Instead of saying the nurse, we should just say Blub. Just call him by his name
Yes,
every
Blub.
time.
Yeah.
um,
Only for Blub specifically though.
yeah. Only for Blub. Everyone else is their full legal
They're
name.
just nurse. Yeah. Government name.
That is gonna be a chase onto Autumn. We do have to get a quick down here, but Undying will be helping a little bit getting that hit. Huge Undying value. I feel like when we cast together,
Okay.
Bob, we always see the killers get crazy Undying value on these sets.
Is it us? Are we the problem?
Are we the problem?
Yeah, they just know to send it around that hill completely and safely. And to be fair, Autumn is making the right choice and getting as far away as they can. Oh, good, almost a good double black, but nose blinked right in the corner. And slug, oh! Going for pickup and worried about a big slug and catching FM out.
Alexei does
The
pop the
gen pop
gen
though.
though. Yeah, we are hitting at least a 4K1, which is a pretty good thing. We don't want to be 4K2'd on Nurse Cold Tower. 4K1 is manageable though. You can go for that. And Alexei is rotating, as you can see from the survivor perspective, rotating to pick up the slug over here. There's a very fast pickup. Autumn is going to be off the ground. And we are back in chase. We don't hit that blink though. That's kind of huge because I mean, having 2 slugs without Alexi there to pick up is pretty bad. Hopefully Autumn dodges this blink. Yeah, she does. And she is going to be going towards Shaq.
Not much you can do there with Shaq. Shaq is not particularly safe, but it is. Okay, good. They are gonna opt to hook, I think, because the generator progress is so high down here. Gives them time to reset, though. This is good. We like this. We like this.
Yeah, actually going for a full reset. So everyone is healthy. At 1 gen, we kind of have to see what's going to happen from here because these gens, I'm trying to look, these gens look like a pretty decent spread. We actually don't have too much of a 3-gen. Survivors did a good job breaking the intense 3-gen early game. And that's going to be a hit on to our Nia. Nia just going for the trade. And I'm pretty confident that at this point, Nia is the Deliverance survivor. That's going to be second wind onto Autumn, though. I don't know if she makes it long enough to be healed up, but she's going to have to try. Maybe? Ooh, good juke.
Gotta bait out that second wind, and that's okay. That's okay.
Ooh.
No second wind, but Dead Hard in the pocket. Fantastic, Dead Hard. Obviously, would have been nice to have both.
Yeah, it's kind of rough on the nurse end because if you miss the dead hard, then you get second wind healed. And if you hit the dead hard, you get dead harded. So, I mean,
Yeah.
the build coming through strong. Lose for the nurse from Autumn's build, and they're doubling on that gen in the bottom side of the map. So, I mean, this might get done. They're definitely gonna get interrupted though. But
they die for it. Do they want to make it a clean full KO?
no, they are gonna be getting off.
Smart.
Okay, Nia, it has pre-left the gen, and I think Alexi might actually be stealthing nearby. So, I mean, the nurse has to choose now, right? Between the generator and the hook. And if we do decide to chase our Nia, I wouldn't be surprised if Alexi, yep, you can see Alexi has gotten straight back on the gen with deja vu. And yeah,
It
Nurse
does
is a
look like
little
a
worried.
lose-lose situation.
Yeah. What do you think here? What
Yeah,
do you think they're gonna do?
I mean, the nurse, our dear Blub just has to get some fast downs. We do, I mean, I don't hate them just kind of staying around here trying to get it down here, because if they do get it down here at this gen, they know main isn't particularly high progressed, right? They've just been trying to get this gen down. And if they can get them near the hook... Oh, but the lucky break. Oh, the worst person to chase right now for that.
Ooh, okay.
Fantastic. All right, ping check, ping check.
That was very close. That would have hit if the... Oh, does she have the lunge hat on? I wonder if she... I don't know if that's allowed or not.
I don't believe so. I think that's pretty... that's it. I hate that add-on. It
I kind of do
feels bad.
too.
Yeah, it's just like, okay, I make it swing. What happened?
Okay, the lunge add-on is not allowed, I've been told. So, yeah, I mean, if it was in play, that might have been a hit, but fortunately for Alexi, it is not in play. And Nia is going to be taking a hit. Does drop the pallet and sends it into the middle of the map. And if we remember that Jen was high progress, that's a narrow miss, by the way. Oh my gosh. FM doing some jukes
For
here.
VTech.
The other survivors get healed up in the meantime, so they were not on the gen unless they were self-healing.
Bit of a slug going on, a little concerned about main. Ooh, great, fantastic prediction for Blub.
Yeah. I mean, Autumn is being chased right now, but I wonder how much progress Ruin took off of that gen bottom side. It looks like, yeah, you can see Alexi's trying to go for it. Ooh, he's stealthing a bit though.
Yeah, you don't want to get found. Blub's obviously gonna slug FM and go check the gen. And is Autumn dead? Murdered in cold blood.
I will say though, Blub has been doing a good job. You know how I mentioned it was a lose-lose scenario earlier between picking
I thought so
between the
too,
gen
yeah.
and the hook? They managed to pick the hook and also keep the gen by finding Alexi's stealthing bottom side of the map. That was huge actually. So maybe not quite a
Yeah.
lose-lose, but doing a good job here trying to find our stealthing Feng Min. We do not know where she is, and I think Blub knows she's in this area. Oh, we found her. We found her. That might be game.
I think you are right. I'm surprised they never cleansed the totems. I feel like they knew where they were.
Yeah, I think they were mostly just trying to crank right through the gens, but didn't actually happen. I mean,
Yeah,
well fought though.
with such a good gen split though, I feel like you could go a little slower and try and get gens, but I guess there was a lot of chase and there was really no time.
Very well played
A little
by
FM
Blub
slug.
though. Well played by Blub and well played to the survivors to get all the way to one gen. That chase by Ace was huge. I still wonder if missing that DS on the first go of it was the move or not, but I guess we'll never know. He seemed to do well on his own, so yeah, 4K1 coming in.
JJ, a serious question though. If I made We Love Blub t-shirts, would you buy one?
If you made, excuse me?
We Love Blub. We Love Blub t-shirts.
We love
Would you buy?
Blub.
Would you buy one of my t-shirts?
How much are the t-shirts?
I haven't priced them out yet. I'll be honest.
Okay.
I have to look up
Get
some
back to
manufacturing
me. Get
costs and
back to me
whatnot.
when you figured out the price.
Okay. Honestly, it depends how many people leave interest.
Know.
Listen, we could get a little Blub. We Love Blub fan base going on. Hey, cut the costs.
Us knowing absolutely nothing about Blub besides the fact
Absolutely.
that their
They
name is
heart
Blub.
Sate, so maybe Sate would be another buyer of the T-shirt if the feelings are mutual.
True. That is very true. Is this a bleed out actually? I wonder if this is a bleed out.
Looks FM. Yeah, FM's done a great job of hiding.
We're yapping over here about Blub and t-shirt pricings. And FM's just on the ground like, hey guys.
Hey, how you doing? Nice weather we're having.
Yeah, that is gonna be game. That is gonna be a 4K one. And Nia has not been hooked. It's a fresh bleed out, which is actually kind of huge for the win con.
Mm-hmm.
4K one with a bleed out is, I mean, it means that the other nurse has to get a 4K zero, right?
Yeah, and that should be
All right, everyone, welcome back to Champions of the Fog, round two on the nurse set. We have Autumn on the nurse, and she is heading up the map looking for our iridescent survivors who seem to be all stealthing for now. And our win con, Bob, is a 4K zero now. We had a 4K one in the last match with a fresh bleed out. So we need, well, Autumn is actually pretty fine getting a 4K one here. We will be winning if we get a 4K one. So how are you thinking about that?
well, we did pop one of the totems, so that's gonna be nice to help the grind. But we do see Ace in the top side taking a hit. This may be a short chase, depending on. Doesn't have a lot of distance. Okay, no, we get down, interrupt a little Jen. That's okay.
Ooh. And that is going to be the first down. Unfortunately, next to the gen that was somewhat high on progress, we see there are two survivors kind of hovering around. That gen got interrupted. Um, I mean, this first down is pretty fast. I think it's a bit faster than it was the last match. Correct me if I'm wrong.
That sounds correct, but we do. I guess we traded a bit of the hook state for the totem, which I wonder if that's gonna pay off. Because Ruin that last game was absolutely destroying those gens with how much they had to go and heal and get saves and whatnot. So without that assistance, we'll have to rely on our other perks. They're high progress gen.
Yeah, and no ruin this time. Interesting. I mean, ruin was cleansed pretty fast, but we don't have the undying to cover it up. And I remember last game the survivors chose to just leave it pretty much the entire match. So we won't be having to deal with that this game, though there might be a bit of an eruption. That is an incredible body block, a rare nurse body block from our Tori.
I think they're just trying to make sure Ace didn't get tunneled out too quickly, and it looked like it needed to be done too. Gonna get a pallet save, cheeky pallet save. No, no pallet save. Very sad. This is progressing a lot faster for Team Despair. Autumn is getting that tunnel out very quickly.
Yeah, Artori healing from that hit tank in the corner, and no decisive strike coming through from this ace. Claudette kind of stealthing though in the area. I wonder. I mean, I don't know. I don't know if she's going for the save, maybe going for an FTP, maybe going for the gen nearby. We don't know yet, but it looks like she has her eyes set on the hook. And Autumn has not found her yet. We'll have to see what happens here. She is cooking something, but we are still at 5 gens, Bob.
Yeah, I'd be a little stressed if I was on the hook right now. You have to have a fantastic chase. Oh, and Claudette can not get found here. Be the tree, become the tree. Great, great stealth. I'm gonna get that save too, and an FTP.
Yeah, that is what the Claudette was going for originally. We do get the FTP off, but our ace gets hit, unfortunately. So, first tag coming through of the two tags needed for the elimination. So, I mean, in the meantime, though, the survivors are cranking. It really depends on our ace here. I don't think he's gonna be surviving too long.
I
This,
don't think
yeah,
so. He just
Autumn
doesn't
is
have
too
anything.
good to miss that.
I was playing nice and safe, holding the blink and going and just smacking the ace in the face.
Okay, first elimination is at 3 generators this time. I think we had our first elimination last game at 2. So we're gonna have to see some pretty good comms, pretty good stealthing this round. Just good survivor work here if we want to get 3 more gens popped. Autumn is looking pretty comfortable here, I think. If we find a survivor, and we just did, we know where Nancy is. We are going to be blinking on her. I wasn't sure for a second, but no, she got a lot of distance. So we are going back to cake the gen with our eruption. And I mean, taking it slow so far, but we'll have to see what she does.
Mm-hmm. We They did a lot of topside gens because Chase was predominantly bottom, but they are gonna have to break one of these gens. You have Eruption still on this one, so that's gonna be a bit troublesome. Ticket
Just
extra measure, very good.
yeah, just applying eruption in various
Of
spots.
Eruption.
Yeah. Ooh, and we are on our injured survivor's blood trail. I think Claudette has gotten sniffed out, and we are behind main building. I don't know. Are we being chased? Yes, we are. Okay, Nurse is in pursuit. Does miss that blink though. And oh, I mean, honestly, the next gen is about to pop though, so we are going to be at 2 gens in a second without a down yet to speak of. If Claudette manages to juke this blink, she does not.
That one does hit though. We get it before the gen pop, which is nice. And I don't know if they're gonna be able to interrupt that other gen. It's quite far. Almost looks like she see? Bub? Bub's aura is too strong. They can't stealth.
Yeah, Plumpkin, I think was stealthing for the pull there and got kind of caught out. Ooh, a rare autumn miss, but that was very, very close. I think Blub's going for the unhook, possibly. I'm not totally sure. They look like they're trying to stay by the hook, and another gen does pop in the meantime. I mean, it's getting a little bit tricky. I did say it was going to be hard to pop 3 more gens, but 2 gens popped with 1 hook so far. This hook trade might be putting them in a better position, though. We do have a survivor injured and a survivor on the hook, so a little bit more pressure coming out.
Gonna give the toy a lot of time to stealth too for this bottom gen that is quite far from the hook. You definitely cannot protect both. Are we gonna find someone pathing? Not yet. Not yet.
I
Oh,
think,
yes!
oh, that's huge, actually. I
Not
think,
gonna commit to a little.
yeah, not committing. I think the game rested on if the Tori could stealth that out or not, and since she didn't manage to, I think we might be in a really good spot here for securing that 4K one. But I mean, it depends. Can the Tori heal herself? Does she have any self-healing perks?
I'm not sure. What if she's just gonna be... They're gonna be trying to meet up, maybe? They have to play so slow and not get found. Out of his scouring for these sneaky little survivors.
Yeah, not too much movement coming through from our survivor end. It looks like we saw some scratch marks over behind main 11 side. And they are sending it into main. That is an injured survivor too. So if we get the down here, I mean, oh yeah, Nancy does get hit as well. And we know that Jen at the bottom side of the map wasn't too high progressed. Tori is the one being chased here though, and we know that she was the one who unhooked in the first place. So she is very likely to have deliverance. I think Autumn is expecting that though, and does go for the slug on our Tori. Where is Claudette though? That is the question.
I assume Claudette will be working one of the gens far away, of course, but I wonder if Nancy, our dear Blub, is going to join her? Is Blub gonna stay safe? The 2v1 is gonna be much too impossible. Blub needs to live.
Yeah, Nancy did go second, right? I think I saw that hook bar go in
yes.
second.
Ultimate Gyro stealth. Oh, good timing for pickup.
Is that an unbreakable?
One just ran off the building. Balance too.
Claudette has been found, and yeah, the balance landing coming out, the unbreakable, I'm pretty sure that was an unbreakable coming out from Tori. She might have gotten picked up as well. Ooh, slight auto aim, a little bit too short of a blink, unfortunately. But we might be going down here. Yeah, there is the down onto Claudette.
Do an eruption proc to tell us any information, any sneaky people, but I don't think we're gonna get anything.
Claudette got on the hook, and The other two survivors are still injured. That is Claudette's second hook. Ooh, they do get reset though, as I say that.
Jinxed.
Yeah. So everyone is healthy except for the hooked survivor. We might be in. I mean, I don't know. It depends. It depends on if they're able to split these gens. It's not the best 3 gen though. The gens are very
Mm-mm.
far apart.
Both survivor teams have done a great job of just breaking out those middle gens and splitting to get the maximum distance they can, and it's definitely making these games a lot more difficult for both nurses to hold these.
It's kind of down to the wire here, a bit.
I do wonder if that ruin's gonna be the reason why if anything happens.
Oh, the missed skill check on the main building generator.
I think we know wherever it is.
No, that's unfortunate.
Was it a missed kill or was it eruption proccing? I think it was
It
missed.
was it eruption? It might have been eruption. I'm not totally sure. But either way, the gen does get regressed a bit from that. And
We would have seen aura reading. Oh, we do gonna get a 2-man slug though.
this is
Ooh,
Claudette's
it's all
death.
up to Blub.
Yeah, Claudette
Yeah.
is dead here, I think. No decisive strike either. Yeah, she's dead, and she's going to be going on the hook. We have 2 survivors left with 1 survivor on the ground. And if Tori used her Unbreakable earlier, then she had to get picked up manually. I am still not sure if that was her using her Unbreakable or not, but ooh, I think, yeah.
I wanna I feel it in my heart that it was a pickup because Blub was just running around with mending for quite a while. And does have a little bit of progress. Oh. That then that wasn't them going to the basement, was it? How crazy did they run away?
I don't know. I don't think Autumn knows either. I think Tori's doing a
No.
good job
Okay,
of
yeah, they did
stealthing.
run.
Oh,
They
we
did
found
run.
the scratch marks. Autumn knows. Autumn's caught on, and she is in hot pursuit of our Nancy player. Nancy is also dead on hook. But I mean, if okay, Tori's bleed out bar though, I will say was pretty far,
Mm-hmm.
and if Tori bleeds out, I think that is another fresh bleed. So that
That would
technically could be
be.
a tie, right?
Imagine that's the reason why they tie. Would that not be insane?
Mhm. I don't. I know it was somewhat progressed on the bleed out, but I don't remember how far along she was. But we really can't afford to slug too much. Yeah, it's like maybe 40% of the way gone.
No. Eruption aura reading. That might be game.
I think they have to play for a tie here. I think Tori just has to crawl.
Yep. Yeah, I don't know where I would go on this map. I mean, if I managed to hide quite well, but not going to be quite as much time since we're looking to tunnel out Blub here.
Ooh,
A little scared about those hits, understandable.
it's playing it safe. And this is Nurse versus Nurse, our Nurse player from the last round. Blub versus Autumn here on the Nurse currently. And Blub's doing a good job of taking Chase very far away from the downed Tori, wasting a lot of time. Is going to be. Ooh, yeah, we know,
Autumn
we know.
realizes, yep, Autumn realizes I cannot lose that slug.
Yeah, this is the difference between a tie and a win here. She needs to find this Tori. I'm pretty sure Tori had Unbreakable and not Tenacity, so we can't have crawled too far, but
It's been a good 30 seconds or so of time, plus a bit of time to get up here though, so distance you can make is quite surprising. Already we are. Maybe they went down the map. Good thinking, good thinking. I like to hide next to generators so you can't hear the crying.
ooh, I don't know where she could have gone. That's I
Neither
don't
does
know. I
Autumn.
don't
Oh
know.
my goodness.
Tori is a pretty quiet survivor too, even when she's on the ground, I think.
Yeah, blends in well to the floor. They really, at this point, they really gotta just gamble with the possibilities for Tori's location. I almost wonder if she went like down the map to Shack side to kind of throw off, like, oh, I'm not going to be near Chase, obviously, right?
Maybe, but if she bleeds out and Blub is sitting on the hatch, is
Oh,
I don't
yeah.
know. This
They have to
they
go
have
back
to
and
go
pick, but
back.
they have to make it a tie at this point. Yep.
Yeah, that's just gonna be
No,
a
no, don't
tie.
do it. Don't do it. Wow. Wow. What are the chances of that? That's fantastic.
I
It's
don't think
amazing,
I can remember the last time I saw a tie
right?
via a bleed out. That is wild.
Double bleed out on fresh hooks. You don't see that often. Fantastic job on both survivors for staying so well hidden when they knew they had such a tough win con.
Yeah, I mean, well played for sure.
Hello, hello, welcome back to Champions of the Fog. We're gonna have the first matchup, second set. I never know which one to do with those, and it is obviously gonna be, as we can see, the artist on records, the Despair killing first, my lovely Autumn. Anyone? Oh, is it first set, first match, second set, first match? How do you phrase that?
I don't know, but we did find a stealthing with friends going on over here. Thanks to our Nancy and our ace stealth and edge map over here. And that is going to be a first hit on our Nancy player. She did have sprint burst, but I think she used it at the beginning. Maybe didn't get too much out of it. And is going to be taking chase. That is kind of a lose-lose possibly for our Nancy. Yeah, she
Yeah,
is going to be going down
that's a
here.
tough one.
Artist infamous for those lose-lose scenarios, and that is going to be our first hook. A pretty early first hook, I would say.
Yeah, that was yeah, they did the stealthing with friends. I think I heard you giggling
Yeah.
about it earlier. Just seeing them holding hands together is very, very cute, very funny. But a very unfortunate find for old Love.
Yeah, I was worried there for a second that Ace was gonna get sniped across the map, but no, he does manage to dodge the cross map birds. And I mean, we do have an early hook, and we are able to kind of harass these gens a little bit. Um, I mean, I think Autumn is a little bit worried about somebody coming in for the pull, but nobody has rotated yet. We don't see anyone. But is there somebody stealthing in this area is the question. Or are they just choosing to let our survivor hang? I see a lot of strategies when it is an early down like this, to be honest. And we'll have to see what this team does.
Against an artist, it's rough. I think you have to weigh also like who's on hook. Do they have anti-tunnel and whatnot? Like that's also going to be part of the value of unhooking them. But yeah, they really need a lot of gen progress if they're going to be unhooking. I don't know. This might be,
Ooh.
yeah, this is a body block. Okay, I think, yeah, they're just going to leave and let Blub go second.
Yeah, and a very early second stage. At 5 gens, I was not only an early hook, but an early second because Ace unfortunately could not get in there and does get cut off there. But
Ooh,
Autumn actually doesn't hit that and is going to be going back to the hook. We got pulled. Um, and I mean, it's all up to Nancy now. How long can she last here?
hopefully Nancy has someone helping out with Stelia taking the boat, some altruism, because that's unfortunately too late. Oh no. It's going to be a death at 5.
Yeah, Tori unfortunately could not take the birds there, and we have a death at 5 generators. And the double on Shaq getting interrupted as well, but we do actually manage to pop it. I think that's going to be a hit as a result. 2 hits,
2
actually.
hits.
2 hits as a
Holy.
result. Wow.
Still have the birds on us too at Shack. I think a scary position for the survivors right now.
Yeah, we have snowballed incredibly hard here. Autumn is doing a good job of managing the micro, managing the macro, and she's cooking a little bit. I think survivors are struggling a bit to keep up, which is, I mean, artists on records is um, definitely a bit harder for survivors than artists on ARP, which is the classic I usually see too. But I think that's why we choose records, just because it's very hard to manage macro with artists sometimes, um, and they're showing that here.
That they are, and we still have this little 3-gen. Oh, and we are gonna get. Oh no! Oh no! We gotta get a pallet. We gotta get to safety. Okay, we do. Not the best pallet.
Ooh,
Oh Not the best palette.
Yeah, crouching that bird
Oh,
is not going to work. And a third pain res, yeah, a third pain res coming out here. Our ace is the third pain res survivor, and I think our Claudette was the second. So our last fresh is going to be Tori Kane, but we are still at 4 gens Bob.
they are healing, so they are getting some extra health states in the works, but we need a gen, we need a save, we need more gens. This is just so much to do while missing a survivor. This gen got hit by pain res. I think this was our farthest gen. And it is not very far at all anymore.
Yeah, I mean, severed hands doing work with these birds, and both of the
Yes.
survivors are going to be swarmed a bit. And Claudette actually
Such
takes the
good.
crow there. Claudette takes the crow for that, and he's going to be injured on this 4 lane, taking chase. This will be her second hook if she goes down. Ooh, that is a down. Oh, that is
That's
a down. Okay, Autumn showing
Autumn
some
is
expertise here
yeah.
on the artist.
Autumn is the bird.
She has become the
I
bird.
can has become. Can we check just make sure she doesn't have some feathers coming out there? Not an actual bird.
I mean, you can ask her later for sure.
Okay, I'll
She's
ask her
locked in
later.
right now.
Yeah. Block.
A chase on the Tori. Our Claudette does get picked up, and Tori does drop Shack Pallet. I'm actually surprised we didn't see Shack dropped earlier in this game, to be honest. We had, ooh, a
Mhm.
very good prediction, by the way, on these two survivors over here. Ooh, okay,
Oh.
head on, coming out. We aren't out of this yet. Our survivors are still
Mhm.
fighting for these last couple of gens, these last 4 gens. Um, but
Don't think we realized Shaq was down.
yeah, the pallet gone, but they do have. Ooh, okay, they don't make it to that pallet. That's gonna be a second down, and we are gonna continue slugging.
Oh no. And we were just on the gen trying to get any progress we can, but now we're stuck here. This is shown to be a very deadly pallet. Yep. Autumn just downing and not even just so smooth. Oh
Oh
no, when we find the ace going
no!
for pickup. That
Oh
is
no! That's a 4K4. That's a 4K4. Okay.
that is a 4K4.
Wow, well played to Autumn. I don't usually see 4K4s on the artist, to be honest. And I think the smaller map definitely came in handy here, and the
Mm-hmm.
loop denial of the artist, and just very hard to play around on this map sometimes. And I think Autumn utilized that perfectly. She knew exactly what she was doing on every single loop. Um, and we just have to find our slug. I think Tori is our last fresh. We don't want to see another fresh
Not this
bleed
again.
out.
Not this again. I don't think it's been too long, so I believe we're gonna find Tori. But yeah, Autumn showed us such mastery of this killer.
Yeah, not this time. Not this time.
And not again, not again. Nah, nah, nah.
This time she is going to be picking up the Tori, hugging, and yeah, that is going to be our 4K4 coming out from Despair. Despair is going to have a, I mean, 4K5 is pretty hard, pretty difficult for artists on records.
Yeah, that's that is gonna be just a bit difficult, just a bit difficult to pull off.
I think
But
when somebody is hooked that early, I often see teams just letting the person go second, cranking gens, and Ace went
mhm.
in for the pull and also got body blocked there. So it's the worst of both worlds, I think.
Hello, hello. Welcome back to the second match, second set. I can't mess that up. And of course, we will be going for the artist, and we'll be having our dear Blub for Team Iridescent. Very daunting task they have this time to try and get a a very difficult 4K5. But you know what? If anyone can do it, Blub can do it. Isn't that right, Jay?
I was
Oh
thinking
yes.
the same thing. If anyone can do it,
Yeah.
Blub can do it. I have faith. And already getting a very early hit on this Ace who got found out a little bit at this Edge 6 tile. And I mean, birds already, injured already. We might be going down pretty fast as well, like we saw in the last matchup. Yeah, it looks like Ace is just cornering up. Um,
I chose. chose to cleanse the birds very, very late. I am surprised. I guess was hoping to find a pallet a little sooner, but
Ooh, some
managed to.
troubleshooter value too.
Oh, love it. Just in case you get mind games on the rock.
Just in case. I mean, the fact that there's no cooldown though on troubleshooter is pretty helpful. You can.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no!
And sometimes you panic and press the button before your brain can really just think about it. We've all been there. I'm there regularly. It happens, but we do get it down in similar fashion, I believe, to the last one. I think we do have some. Yeah, we do have some good generator progress, though.
Yeah, we do see an early down, but the difference is I think this was in a slightly better position than the last down. The last
Mm-hmm.
down was over by 10 and it's super early. Unhook coming through. We'll have to see if Ace manages to survive this. Normally, I wouldn't be a big fan of the early unhook, but given the 4k4 from the previous set, I don't think it's the worst idea in the world. And he does also die under a pallet. I wonder if Autumn is hovering. Ooh, she
I
is.
believe Autumn is hovering.
Yeah.
They're gonna take our tag for our altruism, punished by trying to be a good person. Poor Autumn.
I oh wait, that's already the win. Okay, they already I don't know when it happened. Maybe it just happened, but they
Yeah, they
did
just
pop
popped it.
another gen, so that is gonna be the win for this particular set for Team Despair. We will be going into the Billy Tiebreaker 2, so not quite the win overall yet, but um, I mean, yeah, Ace going on the hook. We are Death Hook now, and now we are just playing for the best result we can, and I believe in Blub to do the best that they can do.
Yeah, Club's gonna yeah, try and get their the best result they can. Play it out.
Also dodging those birds out there. And I mean, I'm not gonna be surprised if the last gen is just being cranked on because Ace managed to take the hook from one side of the map to the other. We do see a slightly heavier gen spread on that 3 side of the map, and so taking chase over here was definitely the good move there. I think, yeah, we do want to be tunneling out. Ooh, that's actually not. I think they got a little confused on which survivor was which
Mm-hmm.
and did
Didn't quite
accidentally
see like,
switch.
oh,
Yeah.
trying to get a nasty little snipe there last second. Did not get it. We'll be chasing our ace around Shack, ring around the Rosie.
I think Ace already used his Lathe super early, so
Mm-hmm.
we don't have any exhaustion perks on this particular chase to speak of, but we do have this crane pallet. That's a pretty strong pallet.
Doobie doo, but
Oh.
it doesn't. I was gonna say it doesn't matter if you get sniped through it.
That is true. And no decisive strike allowed in the artist set. That is going to be a death at 2 gens, but that is 2
Another gen
gens
pops.
sooner than we needed.
3 gens.
Um, yeah, I mean, we'll just have to see what they managed to do here in the 3v1, but they've already won, so does have that little extra boost of morale, I think, going on the survivor side. And this crane pallet was not dropped earlier, so Autumn will, yep, there it is. She just drops that immediately, playing it safe. And just W keying into the shack area. The shack pallet was already dropped, I believe. I'm pretty sure. And so we will
Mm-hmm.
not be
Yes.
using that, but we'll be going into this pallet gym over here. Birds do not hit, unfortunately.
I'm surprised Autumn is running into the gens, but at this point, I guess they're just trying to keep chasing around the middle. And we got to assume that they're both cranking gens on either side. I assume they're both 3 and 9. So Autumn just has middle lane to work with. And they're doing great. I mean, they haven't taken a tag yet.
Oh, I think
Didn't see
got a
them.
little bit lost there.
Didn't quite see them leave. That's.
No. I mean, artist player versus artist player. Who will win?
Yes.
And Autumn is victorious in this particular 1v1.
Autumn is victorious.
Blub choosing to leave, go into this hill gen. I very rarely see a gen
Ooh.
spawn on a hill in that 9 pocket there, but it did happen this time. It is possible. And if I'm taking chase here, we don't. Oh, that's the last gen.
I think it's adrenaline too, the extra speed boost.
Possibly. Um, yeah, I mean, playing it safe. We have 3 stages from our survivors. No, Blub gets a little bit turned around again, unfortunately. Scratch marks. I did see that scratch marks are getting a bit of an update in the next patch, so maybe it'll be a little bit easier to track survivors
I don't know.
in a month or
Them and
two.
updates.
Um, but that was listed somewhere in the patch notes. I'm not sure exactly where. So
Yes.
yeah, that's gonna be a 3-out, 3-stage game on one fresh survivor. Our ace, unfortunately, not leaving the trial, but the other 3 have made it out the exit gates. Yeah, well played to Team Despair. They kind of. All right, everyone. Welcome back to Champions of the Fog. This is our final matchup, the Hillbilly on the first round, on the Ormond Resort, and we have Blub once again on the killer. So unfortunately for you guys, more Blub jokes are likely to likely to happen soon for me and Bob.
I would never.
No, 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 never, never.
Hey, no, no.
Um, yeah, I mean, first chase coming through, Bob. What are you thinking?
I'm thinking I I love this little milkman Billy, but we are gonna just take the M1 at the corner tile. Not a lot to work with, and this tile's especially. Yes. We're gonna take a first down, and that's okay. Obvious undying value. Again.
Yeah, Ace going down. I think Ace has been first chase quite a lot today. He's he's getting some action. But is gonna be going on the hook. And hopefully not our Deliverance survivor here, but we'll have to see. And we do have some totems up still. Looks like our Nomaider's actually hovering for the save. I wonder, oh, is that our deli? There's Nomaider on our deli.
No either deli combo. We smack the wood again. They're not, okay, they are gonna go back, and I see 2 injured people. They hopefully no snipes. That would be very rough, but we just don't have the pallet. We don't have much here. Do we make it? Do we make it? We do, we do.
We
Good
do.
pallet chop.
And Autumn is taking Chase into the area that Ace unfortunately has already kind of cleared out and is going to be going down. Um, but yeah, we have Deliverance on our Nomada Survivor, which might be interesting, but it does seem to have worked so far. So going on the hook now, and obviously no pain res allowed in this set, but the first gen in the meantime does pop. So
Looks like he's gonna pressure the person at the pop gen. I'm surprising he's not prepping or harassing any other one. Gonna feed the Billy some pallets.
there are quite a few palettes to work with on this particular map. It is a palette dense map historically and remains that way. And we are going to be going to yet another palette, taking an M1. I don't think we get that chainsaw, so probably the right move, but we do unfortunately interrupt a gen in the meantime. This gen over by Shaq. Autumn did launch herself off the hook with Deli already, so Deli is out of the game. But I wonder if our Billy doesn't even know that, given that she was broken in the first place.
Yeah, it definitely hides it and will make keep you guessing. So it's an interesting tactic. Have much here to work with except a window, but I mean, Alexi is managing to take as much time of it as they can. Smack the locker for extra luck. We do have 2 gens that are, I don't think they're tripling, so I think there's 2 gens that are quite high progress. Yes, 2 pops. That's really good.
Yeah, lockering up there. Alexi is going to be our third hook of the game, our third fresh. No tunneling from the Billy side. Surprisingly, we have not gotten anyone to death hook. We just have 3 fresh stages, which could be interesting later on for the WinCon or the TyCon. But Chase is going to be heading into main building now. We do spot out No Mida here. And Autumn is going to be taking Chase, vaulting this window. We are safe for a little bit, and Lathe coming through as well.
Oh, he's gonna go back to hook. Do we get a snipe? Oh no. Imagine getting that down. That would have been fantastic pressure for Blub. Drop the pallet.
FM played that very well.
Yes. We're gonna be going to main. Is not, I think, not the best place for Billy to chase at. A lot of strong pallets. I
Yeah,
think he realized that he's gonna leave.
yeah, just drop and chase here. Trying to prevent these other gens from popping. Ruin is slowly working away on the gens. Once again, the survivor team has chosen to not cleanse the totems, like they did in the nurse set, I believe. I mean, it could be the move here. We are at 2 gens. We don't have too much pressure from the survivors or from the killer side. A lot of pressure from the survivor side, and Thanatophobia also making it a little bit more difficult to do gens, but only 3 stacks of Thana. So that last survivor, FM, never got injured. So
Well, I think this is actually FM. I don't see any blood, so if he can get this, or is it? No, never mind. It is Autumn. No blood allowed. No either.
true. It can be a little tricky
Oh,
to
gets
tell.
goes wide for the cove. Goes down, however. I think we pop. I think we pop.
Yeah, yeah, that is going to be. I mean, yeah, that's 1 gen, and I'm pretty sure Ace gets that done unless he chooses to get off for safety, but I would be surprised if he just commits to it. Is going to be popping that gen there, and Autumn just going to be instantly pulled off the hook by FM, our last fresh. I wonder if we're going to be going for the tunnel here. It is possible. Yeah, it looks like we are. We are going to be going after Autumn here. Decisive Strike is allowed in this rule set, so we don't know what survivor that DS is on. We'll have to see in a second if Autumn has it, but a curve not quite coming through,
I mean,
unfortunately.
technically, Blub didn't know where the deli was either. I'm just gonna. Oh, I think he has an idea, but no, I think we're just gonna wait it out. And notice, I don't think they're popping. Okay, no, I was about to say they're taking a second to pop the last gen and try and get that DS off. But DS is now gone, so I think we're gonna try and get a fresh hook or down.
Yeah, we have to kind of find FM here to get the most stages, right? And we unfortunately do
Definitely.
not find FM. That is Alexi, who's already been hooked earlier in this game. Oh, the crouch deck.
Very cheeky little coach. And Shaq is still up.
Where is Autumn? Are we
Only,
taking it down for our survivor? Maybe trying to get hatched? That is a possibility as well.
yes.
But
I don't think they can though, unfortunately, yes. But made a good job of guarding it. Lexi is a little stuck here. I think they're doing the other gate though.
very, very patient on this pallet. Yeah, I mean, either we go for a hatch play here, or Autumn tries to take the down for Alexi as she is worth fewer stages for the Billy. I mean, Blub's kind of at an impasse here. Do we get? Oh, we don't get the curve, and Autumn is gonna take the down. Yeah, yeah, that's gonna be
Yeah.
that's gonna be a successful body block coming out from Autumn, and maybe even no, we don't see a heal tag. That is gonna be a
No, no,
hook.
not quite, not quite.
Yeah. So how many stages was that? That was 5 stages, I believe.
Yeah, because I believe they got 3 freshes, but they only got 1 hook on Alexei and bug catcher Julie. So yeah, it's gonna be 5 stages, I believe.
That was very well
Not
played.
not 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 the expected Billy result. I'll be honest, that I usually see.
I think it's not uncommon to see outs on Orman in particular, but 5 stages is not.
Hello, hello. Welcome back to the final match of the tiebreaker. We will have Alexei for Despair on the Billy, and it's gonna be about a 1k6 win con, so it's looking good. I think, Jay, do you think it's looking good? I think it's looking
I
pretty
think
good.
it's looking good. I think it's looking good so far. It's gets a little bit caught out here. Alexi on the Billy is lethal, even with that lethal pursuer. I think I saw a P100 there as well, so definitely got the curves down, and I think he's showing that right now. This might be a fast, yeah, an M1 through a pallet, unfortunately, as
Yeah.
well. This is off to a rough, rough start for Iridescent.
Yeah, no kidding. They're gonna have to lock in gear. Okay, tucking into the rock. Good, good. Fortunately, they are a little stuck near the hook. There's not much they can do about that. They're gonna park by and get away though. With the unhook.
Yeah, looks like Alexi is also not choosing to go for the tunnel, similarly to our last Billy, but our win gun here is 5 stages, so I don't think that's the worst idea in the world. Just getting these fresh hooks will ultimately win the game if we get enough of them, so ooh, oh, he blocks the
Such a
pallet!
Try to say that was a fantastic curve, but yeah, a little bit. It's good body block on Alexei's part.
Yeah, Alexi getting that M1 down, and we see the generator is white. I think that means surveillance on the Billy side. So we do see the gen regressing. Um, and yeah, the white and yellow gens getting a lot of information due to our ruin perk as well. Um, and the xenophobia, I think, coming out as well from the killer end. And that is going to be a chase on to Tori. That is our no mither
Almost caught.
survivor.
I was worried we were gonna get another stipe. I was a little scared.
Interesting that our no mither survivor has a med kit as well. Probably just for pickups though. And another snipe on our Nancy. This is not
It
looking
just down
good.
blub. No, it is not. We're trying to get a bit of a big slug going on actually. I don't think anyone really has time to go get the save. Oh, we do have Toy stuck here. I believe they're rotating for it.
You know, Alexei
Oh,
knows his win con is 5 stages, but he also knows he could get a lot more here if he, well, goes back to the hook and does a little bit of proxy camping, and Tori gets caught out. Unfortunately, I think this Claudette might be going second here. Um, and Ruin also slowly ticking away on these gens. Every second that these survivors are spent off the generators is a valuable time. So, I mean, he's playing this quite well. He does miss that curve, unfortunately, and our Tori does get the stun here, but um, I mean, our Claudette's just on the hook in the meantime. So I don't know. I don't know.
yeah. With L, and everyone's injured too, so they have full Thanat stacks. These Gensu's going so slowly, and he's able to interrupt the one gen with progress and get her down right next to it. They're definitely out main, but that's a very open spot and easy to check on. And yeah, I would not want to be there and caught out.
Yeah, surveillance, giving him some valuable info that somebody has gotten on the Shen. Um, Surveillance an underrated perk, and especially given Billy
Mhm.
balancing, how few perks are allowed. I think that's an interesting pick. I actually kind of like it. We've seen Alexi get some value so far, so maybe he's cooking something here. Um, but
I think it's under expected too as well,
mhm.
because like you just don't know why he's coming to your gen, and then soon when it's regressing, when it's doing whatever. So it's not something you really expect to call out. Option would be much more normal. Oh, and still get it through Lithe, I believe. Oh, gonna pop the gen nearby.
Yeah, I mean Claudette is death hook and will be dead if he chooses to pick up, but I think he's trying to go for a little bit of a snowball. Um, oh no, the
Can't get it.
thanatophobia! The thanatophobia
No,
stops him
it's
from popping that.
insane.
Ooh, that hard though.
Yeah, good dead hard, but just gonna go back to the pallet. I think he realizes he doesn't have anything there.
That curve
Oh,
unfortunately not coming out, but I think we've done
oh,
enough
they're on the
work.
pallet.
Oh yeah, he's under the pallet. This might be huge if Ace manages to get the pallet save, but Alexi knows better. He's not gonna let him. Um,
Stuck on the rock a bit. I don't think we get anything. Now we're just gonna hold it. Oh no, we're gonna go for the down. We did get the pick though. That's good. Don't think we're gonna get the gen in time. Look at how slow it's going. Just don't have time for a heal though.
Claudette was trying, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
No,
The
that
thanatophobia
is.
stacks are too strong.
Mm-hmm. Ace
unfortunately.
is now dead, though. It's gonna be the 3v1 at 5 gens.
This is not looking too good. This
No,
is
this
oh,
is.
the gen does pop though. Alexi does.
They do pop.
Okay, thank
I'm
goodness.
cheering on every. I'm cheering on every gen pop. You have 2 survivors caught out, though. Okay, I think they're gonna make it, though.
Light coming through and Dance with Me, I think, as well. Interesting choice on the Billy set, given that stronger perks are allowed. So Dance with Me, Light from Claudette. She is going to be dropping this palette. And we are choosing to leave. She is set on hook, but I think Alexi wants to really go for that 4K4 and not let that generator pop. I think we might have already hit our win condition as well. I'm not totally sure. I haven't been counting hooks, but we have seen quite a bit of pressure coming out and some undying value from Tori as well.
Oh. Toy really just scraping by on
Oof.
these hits a lot of the time. Another gen pop, though. That's very good for them. Palak Big 2.
You know, Tori is doing an excellent job in this chase, especially
They
considering
really are.
she was injured to begin with from Nemither, but is going to be going down. And that is going to be another gen popping. We are at 3 gens now, so but that is the second stage onto Tori. And I mean, Claudette is Death Hook, Ace is dead, Tori is now Death Hook. I don't think Blub is dead. He's either fresh or has been hooked once. I'm not totally sure which, but I mean, that's quite a few hook stages. We are very close to an elimination scene on both of these survivors here, both Tori and Claudette, and looks like we're going to be on our Tori.
Unfortunately, just calls that. I do believe the love was our snipe at the beginning, so I believe they've been hooked once. DS, though.
I think our Ace was the snipe at the beginning. I'm pretty sure it was Ace, but
Okay, you might be right.
I could be wrong. Either way, that is a decisive strike and another quick down right after. Going on the hook, and that's going to be the second elimination of the game at 3 generators.
Oh, when he does find Blub. They're fresh, another early one. I'm just gonna opt to pick and hope that we can find the Claudette somewhere lurking around.
Yeah, Blub is our fresh and is going to be going on the hook now. So that is all 4 fresh hooks coming through, and our Death Hook Claudette with Iron Will, I believe, stealthing somewhere. I don't know where she could have gone, but she is going to be a little bit hard to find. She makes no noise. And haven't found her yet, though. We are still alive. I mean, the win condition has already
Oh,
been
the
met, but there she is. We found her.
surveillance. This again, surveillance value is fantastic. Also, then our dying value. It's gonna be the new value perk. Trust.
Yeah, I'm actually really liking the surveillance pick here. Ooh, Deliverance as well from Nancy coming out. So Nancy is going to be surviving a little bit longer. I'm not sure if she's going to get the hatch or not, but she's definitely going to be trying for it.
When you say Nancy, you mean the man, the myth, the legend, Blub?
Yes, Blub, Blub.
Thank you. Thank you.
Excuse me, I should be using the correct name.
Hold on. Is Blub gonna respect the one? Come on, Blub. Come on. 1v1. Yes,
There we
let's go.
go.
Hashtag Blub Moch.
Final 1v1 to end the game here between Blub and Alexi, our P100 Billy. Pallet does get dropped at the
And boost.
shack.
Oh, I think trying to go for the hatch.
The Mori
Mori
on the
top of it.
hatch.
Kind of the open hatch, too.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, well played to Despair. They managed to get some pretty good results on their killer sets.